Okay, I'm making a video about like things I like and dislike about Tuckahoe here. You know how I've been calling it Mineola, the place. The Yonkers part and across from Columbus Avenue, which I call Old Country Road. That has nothing to do with it though. Don't want to travel to Long Island just to be in Long Island. That's all. I'll have a video later explaining the chemistry behind my YouTube name and why it's not Sean. Anyway, Tuckahoe, as you can see, I'm walking up a big hill. It tires me out. It would tire Pine Power Light out even more. As of now, there are no buses that can take me up the hill. That's the thing I'm gonna fix in the new year. That just started today, the new year. Yeah, Pine Power, I said that Tuckahoe is a nice but hilly area when he saw one of my videos in a comment. But actually, Tuckahoe is safe. It's part of an enclave called Eastchester. It has the rich place, Bronxville. It is the village of Tuckahoe, the smallest by area in the county. And then Eastchester itself, a great place. What I don't like is the hardships that comes by with transit. Because unlike the real Mineola, this one doesn't have a transit center, and Crestwood is a local stop on the north, except for some weekend trains which run express to the city from Crestwood. The Tuckahoe station has only one bus route. I would need to walk down and down a hill, up a hill, in order to get to the 45 or the 40 bus routes, aka N24 and N15/N16. And then you need to go to the other end of the town called Bronxville to get to 3 other bus routes, one of which only runs on weekdays hourly. It doesn't run on weekends at all. On weekdays it's hourly. That's the problem with the Beeline bus. It doesn't run enough. Like Suffolk Transit. And it's much closer to the city than Suffolk Transit, especially the southern part of Westchester. The northern part is a little further, but that just barely runs at all. Makes it unusable north of White Plains. Maybe except for Ossining or Pleasantville, but elsewhere it's just impossible to use. North of Tarrytown Road and 287. Now, Tuckahoe is surrounded by it's surrounded by Yonkers, a city that isn't as nice, but it's still pretty nice. On the southern end of Bronxville is Mount Vernon, and on the northern end is another rich town called Scarsdale, spelled with $2 instead of S's. But that's what people do for fun. They often mistake Greenburgh areas for Scarsdale, or Eastchester areas for Scarsdale, like Central Park Avenue, where the N22 runs, or 20 bus runs. That's where they call it Scarsdale Ford, or Scarsdale ShopRite, when it's really in Greenville, or Edgemont. Same as the Burger King. The Burger King is really in Hartsdale. That brings us to another factor: the lack of fast food nearby. Mineola, the real Mineola, has a McDonald's nearby. It has a mall nearby. It has a lot of places on the outer sections of it. The real Mineola is not doing very well in the middle of it. But you can walk the Jericho Turnpike, to Garden City area, Coral Place, Roosevelt Field, Garden City to the south, and also Garden City to the west. And get to pretty much a lot of places. McDonald's, White Castle, Burger King, Whereas here in Westchester, we need to take very infrequent bus service, at least up until the TTT shuttles run in Tuckahoe. Then it'll be a different story with 5 buses an hour during off-peak service, even on Sunday. At least Crestwood is a good train station to use, with all its originators and expresses that happen during the rush hour and weekend. That's at least good. I'm getting too close to home. I gotta stand before I accidentally leak out my address. But Tuckahoe has its ups and downs, whereas Mount Vernon and Yonkers are a little bit more like, they're a little more like, they're nowhere near as dangerous as some of the places in the middle of the island are, but they're less desired, but they have much better transit and food. White Plains, same. White Plains is safer than Mount Vernon and Yonkers. So is New Rochelle. New Rochelle's like the best of all. But it's away from some of my friends from Hicksville, White Plains. Of course, I could walk up to Eastchester Square like I've done sometimes and catch the N16 to New Rochelle, or to Lakeview. Then the N20, I could take the N24 to Hicksville or Queens Village. And then, of course, and these are just the names I say because I don't want to travel to Long Island to be in Long Island. Also, I could maybe walk to the mall on Hillside Avenue, the Greenway, or don't know what it's called. It's near the Yonkers to the Yonkers Greenberg border, and there's another mall too. That's about too far to walk. Actually, that mall's too far to walk. It's even west of Jericho Turnpike. It's closer to the Western State Parkway than to Bronx River Parkway. And then there's a lot more places. But there's a McDonald's in that mall, a Five Guys, Barnes & Noble, Best Buy. And that's also a few hills around there too on that way. I might do it one day, maybe not immediately, but maybe once I have that bus that I can take across town I mentioned in the earlier video. That'll be it now.